Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. 2015, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're just going to talk through how we met because that's a question that seems to be coming up and we thought we'd outline it in a video. Yeah. So reminiscing session.
Let's go.
19 glorious months.
Taking you back all the way to 2012 where I rescued this girl from her current situation, her little mess. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we actually met at the end of our second year in 2012.
At university.
Yeah, at university. And it's quite weird because although we went to the same university for 2 years, we never crossed paths.
Yeah, literally.
We never crossed paths. And we even still had the same mutual friends, but I don't know what was keeping us apart.
I definitely think that there was a reason for that, because if we met in the first 2 years of our uni, it would have been a different situation.
Yeah, completely different situation.
Yeah.
I was just straight on my books, literally focusing. She was a raver. Yeah, we were just living like different lives, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyway, we're here now. We're thankful.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we met at the end of our second year, and that was just like a small encounter. I was going on holiday with my friends, and I need to buy a few clothes. And this mutual friend decided to take me to Ted Baker to go and get a few shirts and shorts. And then I bumped into Annabella, who was a sales assistant in Ted Baker. And you know, my initial reaction was, oh, this girl's a pretty girl. But for me personally, it's never a case of, oh, let me pursue her because she's a pretty girl, because there has to be a lot more going on just than attractions. We didn't meet again until the next year, which was our third academic year. Thank God for this mutual friend.
No, Tony, we love you.
Yeah, this mutual friend invited us to, just asked if we wanted to go to Frankie's and Benny's. And us three went to Frankie's and Benny's, and we just like, you know, just spoke, just general conversation again. But this gave me a little insight of who she was, because we spoke about everything. Not everything, but we actually just started to build our friendship.
And actually, I was in a relationship at the time. I was in a long distance relationship, and you know, there was nothing.
Yeah, exactly, and I respect that. Lo and behold, she came out. Came out of her relationship due to various situations, which she'll probably disclose that in another video later.
Probably like an hour.
Yeah, so she came out of a relationship, and
just friends.
Yeah, we were still just friends. End of December, we just literally started to just enjoy this friendship. Because personally I like someone who makes me think. So she was asking me questions, and we were just diving through, just talking through the issues of life. And
this was all happening in the library, literally. The story of our lives. We lived in the library. We never went on dates or anything like that. It was just friendship. It was just authentic friendship, and it was just such a nice thing. But then obviously we realised that we were wanting to spend more and more time together. And
yeah, I knew she was a good person because I not only like checked how she was talking to me, but I'm someone who like will sit back and just watch someone, not in a scary way.
Yeah, it's scary.
But not in a scary way. Just, the youth now call it preying. So just watching how she, just how she just talks to other people, because it's easy for her to be nice to me because we had that kind of attraction, but how does she talk to someone who she doesn't get on with? So it was quite interesting seeing how she dealt with other people. So that takes us to February, where I asked Annabelle out on Valentine's Day, and she was like, what did she say, babe?
No.
Could you believe she rejected me? Could you believe?
Just from my perspective, why, just because you like me and I like you, I don't think that's a good enough reason to go out. Loads of people differ with that, but for me it was just, that's not a good enough reason. I just don't want to be in that kind of surrounding on a one-to-one date when we haven't established exactly where this relationship's going, what's going to happen. You know, I've been in so many bad relationships in the past, and I was like, this is not happening again. The next person I'm going to be with is going to be the last person I'm ever going to be with. So I really need to make sure that, you know, that Gabriel was just the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with. So I don't think us going out on Valentine's Day would have been a good idea, because I wasn't sure in my mind. It just wasn't the right time for us to be going out on a one-to-one date, because I'm a very emotional person, and it would have just clouded up my mind and made me, you know, think he is the person when he might not have been. So I just wanted to keep it on that friendship level where we, you know, talk in the library, talk, you know, when we go and get food at McDonald's or something, but not in a formal restaurant. It seemed as though he had a massive plan that he told his family about, and I was just not not really willing to do that.
Yeah, so in that moment, I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, that annoyed me. I got a little bit of a temper, spat my dummy out. I was like, what are you talking about? Why? I want an explanation. And the situation kind of got heated, and then she walked out, and I was like, and at this point, it actually made me angry. So I was sitting, I had a moment to myself, and I was sitting there, and then so she was now walking home, and I was like, you know, what should I do? Sipping my hot chocolate. And then I ended up...
the other day he chased me.
Yeah, not even gonna lie, I chased.
I was walking to my house, which is about 5 minutes from the library, because I walked away from him because we just had this argument, because we were in this process where we're trying to establish, what is this, like, you know, where is this going? He wanted obviously to take me out. He decided you're the person for me, but I don't know if did you really think about it, that I'm the right person for you?
I just knew I really liked you.
Yeah. And that wasn't good. That's not good. That's not enough. You know, liking me, but you know, anyone could like me. So yeah, that's a moment when I said no, I'm not going home, because we're just arguing over this Valentine's Day, and I already said no. Yeah. Walking home, and he got to my house before I did. I left him in the library, and he got to.
And I was huffing and puffing about to hold it in like a man. I was like,
and he just at my door, so I lifted up, and he was downstairs.
Yeah. Then I was like, okay. Let's just take this slow. You know, I'm really into you. We don't know, although we spent a lot of time in the library, we didn't really know where we were going. What we didn't want to tell everybody, and everyone starts speaking to our relationship.
Yeah. Oh, you two are so cute. Oh, you two should be together.
That's so annoying, because we needed to figure it out for ourselves whether where were we going. We still didn't go on any dates.
Yeah.
We went to different churches. I started going to a Catholic church. And Annabella invited me to her church, and it was a different ball game. So that was a different obstacle that came within our relationship, because we saw our walks of life and our religion completely different. So that was a different obstacle.
Basically, we established that we liked each other. Feelings started in around December time, when we had a 4-hour conversation in the library, and we didn't even realise that it happened. Time went like that, but that was the beginning of it. He asked me out to go out on Valentine's Day. I said no, ups and downs, but basically from December all the way until June, we went through a sort of exclusive, what do you call it?
Special friends.
Oh yeah, that's what we call it. People around us were looking and just saying, you know, obviously all our friends were just like, what's going on with you two, what's going on? But there was a few people in both of our lives who knew what was going on, that were trying to go through this process of understanding, you know, whether we liked each other, where this was going, about what our ideas of a relationship is, what relationship leads to.
Yeah, and also like what our dreams and desires were for the future, because I knew I wanted to go in banking. Yeah, she wanted to go into corporate sales as well, so we knew, okay, so we're going to be kind of the same kind of busy schedule, so it's good that we're both on the same kind of busy schedule, because if I was like working, she was just at home at this age, it's like, you know, she'll be demanding my time, and she won't be able to have that, and it will just have a bit of conflict. So just thinking through where we'll be going in life, we can never make sure, but just to kind of see that you're on the same page and you have the same desires. So, and also in terms of, and in terms of church, we wanted to be serving in our church, although we're working full time. We wanted to serve in our church, and those are things that we both had a desire for.
And the thing with me and Gabriel was that we're so different. We're actually opposites in every single area. So
it was tough.
It was tough. Those 6 months, it was tough, because we really liked each other on a physical basis, on an emotional basis, but that just wasn't enough for us. There had to be something more, something greater than us within that relationship. And we went through times. Easter, he was like, I'm fasting from you. I was like, oh wow. But loads of things happened in that time. But yeah, ups, downs, good times, bad times. We both have really high standards. We both want to know.
Check out this standard.
I want to know that I'm with the best guy, like on a character basis, like how rooted is your character? I'd observe him, I'd, you know, understand how he'd get to a place of thinking in that particular way, and understand each other's love languages and everything. So, and the same with him, you know, someone has to live up to the expectation that he has. So I don't know how I made that cut, but yeah.
She made it. Just about.
And then I remember in May, after that whole process where it was literally just communication, no one-to-one dates in a restaurant, just not. I was like, oh, you can take me out now.
And I was like, I don't want to take you out. So I finished my exams, or you finished after me, so you finished like the 1st of June, around that period. And then on the 4th of June, I then asked Annabella out. How did I ask you out, babe?
It was so sweet. Yeah, it was just amazing. I'd never been asked out before. He took me to the restaurant, and when we got to the restaurant, our table only had fresh rose petals all around the table, and a and a vase in the middle with a single rose. And yeah, the restaurant knew we were coming. It seemed really planned, and yeah, he just was just a true gentleman. And we just ate and talked and said that. He said, okay, so hypothetically, what would we do in this situation? Hypothetically, you know, how would you interact with the opposite sex? You know, what kind of relationship would you have with boys? You know, would I have friends of the opposite sex? This, that, just so many questions, and we're just understanding our approach to each of those. And then he said, okay, so obviously, you know, this season's not going to be forever in terms of us dating. It's just for a particular time frame before we get married, and blah blah blah. He was just really just taking the lead on the situation. And then on the table, he just asked me, he said, Annabella, took my hands, and he just like, will you be my girlfriend? Would you start this season of courting with me? And I was like, no, what? I was like, yeah.
She collapsed.
Yeah.
You had to call the ambulance. Everything came through, or put it on the chest.
Yeah, no. But it was just, I just said yes, and yeah, we just began our 19 months of this. And yeah, just setting that foundation from the beginning was just amazing. And going into this relationship knowing, you know, just having that peace that surpasses all understanding, just knowing that, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. Like, we've taken the time to interrogate each other, or yeah, whatever it was, and truly get to know each other. You always get to know someone anyway throughout the rest of your life, but we were just like, okay, we've made the decision. You're the right person for me, I'm the right person for you. We are gonna go through this. And it just helped us throughout the relationship. We've had times where, you know, you want to give up, but we go back to something. We're like, we know that we're the right person for each other, and we want to spend the rest of our lives with each other, and we love each other. And yeah, so that made things a lot easier. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, and also even with our differences, at the time we're like, oh my god, you're so different. Why don't you think like me? But first of all, I wouldn't want to date someone like myself, because the fact that Annabella is different, and the fact that we think differently, we look at situations a lot differently, and we tackle it a lot better together. So a simple example would be, like, if I'm tackling something, I would like to understand the whole process. Annabella is completely different. She just wants to get on with it. And if sometimes when I get on with things, I spend so long that, you know, no one even needs my work anymore. The time has passed. For Annabella, she does it so quickly that she probably just makes a mess of it. So when we come together, she's trying to rush me to get it done. I'm trying to slow her down to think about it, and we actually finish at the time we're supposed to, properly, with the right process, and everything gets done properly. So over the last 19 months, we've actually been a great team. She's encouraging me in every area of my life.
We feel so purposeful together. We feel like we've got a full rounded picture of everything.
I think also key is that if you shouldn't rush. We believe in not awakening love before it's time. There's no need to rush. If this person is actually truly going to be the person that you're going to spend the rest of your time with, there is no rush. Just take it slow. Understand the person. Not just the person, like who's in front of you, but understand the heart of the person. Because that's key to a relationship. Because sometimes I may say something to Anna, and in my heart to heart, I'm saying it like with good intentions. But the way I express myself may not come out the best way. And because she understands my heart, she's able to receive it in that way. So it's just a case of, you know, just revealing yourself. Yeah,
and I think especially that don't rush is so important. Us as women, we tend to think, you know, if a guy gives you attention, or if there's someone that you like, you know, let's just go for it. But take that time to truly get to know that person. And I think it comes from within, just being secure in who you are, and knowing that, you know, if this person really wants me and only me, and he's pursuing only me, he's going to wait for me, because there shouldn't be another option. There shouldn't be anyone else in the race. I shouldn't see him with other women and things like that while he's trying to get me as well. No, he was only pursuing me. It seemed as though all his efforts were going into pursuing me, and if I wasn't sure, I'm not going to just rush into things. So that's just so important, and us taking that time just really got a strong foundation for our relationship. And yeah, that's how we got together.